Hey guys, this is my speech for VAR, my persuasive speech. And today, my audience members.
Paddington.
John.
Lives are often remembered and measured by accomplishments. Sports like soccer and football emphasize this idea. There are millions of kids every year that grow up watching and idolizing what is known as the most popular sport in the world. Every 4 years, we get to see 32 of the best countries bring together the best squads to compete in the World Cup for a chance to be crowned the best team in the world. Teams and players go down in history as champions, while losers are forgotten. Enter the referee, a single person with the power to impact the game in drastic ways, even deciding the course of sports history in matters of moments. VAR is a technology being implemented in football that improves the sport for athletes and spectators by decreasing the frequency of officiating mistakes, bringing fairness and nurturing the values that make us love sports and competition. We will take a look at the current climate around the use of the technology, using feedback we've gotten from some of the top football players and organizations in the world. As mentioned earlier, millions of kids grow up playing soccer with the dream of one day becoming professional footballers. The odds are against them, as only a very small percentage get to live out the dream. The road for those that make it is lined with sacrifice, intense competition, and moments of luck. Most of the best players we've seen usually come from poverty and adversity, conditions that breed mental strength and perseverance. Think of Lionel Messi, now considered the greatest of all time by many. He grew up in a poor town in Argentina and showed great talent at an early age. One of the best teams in the world, FC Barcelona, recruited him before he turned 10. Messi left his hometown and his friends at an early age to chase the dream. He had a condition that stunted his growth. Messi adapted and developed his technical ability to compensate for his lack of physicality to eventually reach the best leagues. Now, imagine working all your life and sacrificing everything for the sport you love. You make it to the biggest stage in the world after years of hard work. You're in the final of the World Cup, only one victory from becoming a world champion. As the match goes on, the referee makes a mistake and kicks you out of the game, accusing you of a foul that you did not commit. Your team loses and your chance is gone, all due to a mistake in officiating. Years of hard work seem to vanish in an instant as victory eludes you, all due to somebody else's mistake. Brutal. The International Football Association Board explains in an article outlining the laws of the game that VAR is comprised of additional match officials, video assistant referees, with independent access to match footage, who assist the central referee in the event of a clear error. Think of the dream of the young player who made it to the pinnacle of the sport, a World Cup final. Thanks to the use of VAR, an error by a referee doesn't need to cost them what they rightfully earned. VAR provides a correction and redemption to a costly mistake. A rightfully earned victory is possible again. The value of VAR can be seen on many fronts. Sports are riddled with cheating. Football is no different. There are plenty of players that specialize in the dark arts. They use dirty and illegal tactics to gain advantage over their counterparts. They are particularly skilled at flying under the radar. Think of a punch to the ribs of an opposing team's star player, something to hurt or simply distract him from performing at his best. These are illegal tactics that are often missed by referees. They don't need to speculate. We don't need to speculate about VAR's benefits in these situations. Barca's Innovation Hub website, a leading innovator in football research, conducted studies of some of the best leagues in the world to analyze VAR's impact on the game. They found that a number of fouls and red cards signaling major infractions had no real decrease thanks to VAR. The rationale is simple. Referees behind the scenes watching all angles of the game looking for major infractions with the ability to communicate them to the central referee and stop the game on its tracks. Light is shed on the dark artists and their deeds. Now ability and sportsmanship can be the deciding factors again. The scrutiny of play by VAR has brought more discipline to the game. As is often in common life, not everything is as easy as it looks. There are plenty of people that oppose VAR. They argue that the use of the technology dehumanizes the game. Those individuals appreciate the entertainment and controversy that human error can bring about. They go on to criticize the break in flow of a game due to video revisions. In an article titled "Swedish FA Not Considering VAR After Clubs Raise Objections," a major news outlet, Reuters, reports that plenty of teams complain of overextensive analysis and delays in the game. The objections are not unfounded, but it is difficult to drop VAR and its improvements just because of poor implementation. which is often a perception and not reality. The Beijing Sports University conducted one of the largest studies on the matter, tracking gameplay in female World Cups over the last decade. They found that total game times were not affected in any impactful way. They even found that VAR caused the opposite of what its critics claim: more continuous, uninterrupted game time. Improvements in implementation allow for better communication amongst referees during a game. During contentious calls, VAR referees often allow the game to continue while analysis is underway. If they foul play, they can stop the game. If not, the game continues without interruptions. Some would call that a win-win situation. We are at the cusp of technological advancement as a human race. The sport of football is experiencing a transformation in the way of the use of VAR. Video assistant referees are changing the way matches are officiated, bringing about objectivity and allowing for the best to thrive, not with dirty tactics, but rather with talent and sportsmanship. We instill in our young values of fairness and hard work. Survival of the fittest is very real. Those that make it to the top of the sport are the best of the best. You can't fake those results. VAR represents fairness, not to weaken competition, but to let the highest ideals take effect, to let athletes rise and represent what we value most. VAR is far from perfect, but it proves to be moving in the right direction. Michael Jordan said, "I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." We are taking shots with VAR. We should not just stop because there are challenges. VAR, like Jordan, will improve over time. One thing is certain: Jordan's greatness was always there, slowly becoming more evident. Even in the early stages, VAR is having great impacts. Let us be excited. Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking the time in the speech, guys. Do you have any questions?
No, none.
None? Okay. All right, that is it. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, class.